So it's been a while since I've done an Indie Spotlight, not since the game The Mooseman. There's been a few games that have came out. There's been a few indie games that have been offered to me. There's been a few that I've been interested in. But games come out such as Pokemon or Smash, and it takes up the majority of your time. So I haven't exactly gotten the time to do the Indie Showcase. But I had this key offered to me for a game called Xenon Valkyrie Plus. Now, when I saw this game, I immediately thought of Dead Cells because of the way it's designed. I just thought of it as Dead Cells, but cheaper, right? The way it's designed, the way it looks, the way it plays. You get to shoot a weapon, you have a sword. It's basic RPG type stuff, right? They actually describe this game as a action platformer RPG, which, by the way, is pretty much spot on. You jump around, you can wall jump, you basically have RPG elements such as HP, you have ammo, you can get shields, things like that. You have to earn those throughout the game. But there is one thing that they advertise in the trailer of this game, and that is hard bosses, and that this game is very hard and is for the hardcore. And boy, they are correct about this. Most of the time, I'm willing to accept that I am bad at playing games, right? Most of the time I play games, say, okay, Nick, you're not really that great at video games. Your reflections aren't that good. Your reactions aren't that great. So maybe it's just you, but I'm just telling y'all right now, when I play this game, I mean, I couldn't even get past the second level. I gotta be honest with y'all. Like, this game is hard. They advertise it as hard. They advertise it for the hardcore. And boy, let me tell you right now, for the hardcore, 100%. So normally when I do a Nindie Spotlight, it's simple, right? I separate the game and put it in 5 different categories: artwork, gameplay, story, music, yeah, price, right? Price and all that stuff. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I didn't get that far into this game. I only got to the second level, not much farther than that. So I cannot go in depth about every little thing of this game, but I can tell you this much: the artwork is awesome. I love it. I love the artwork. I love the way it's designed. The only thing that I hate is the color so far. The color scheme of the game makes everything run together and look the same. And these are just in the first 2 levels where you jump around. Everything in the first level is just blue and pink and blue and pink and blue and pink and blue and purple, and not much stands out. And I found myself getting lost just a little bit, especially with your characters who are similar colors to the first level. And so I don't know if this was just a mistake, if this was just on purpose, but that has been one of my biggest complaints so far, is the fact that the level design for the 2 levels that I've done blend in way too much. There's not much as far as colors go, but I do like the direction that they went. Just change the colors. It's that simple. The gameplay, by the way, as I mentioned, this game is hard. This game is very, very hard, and it will test you. It is for the hardcore, but it's simple at its core. You jump, you slash, you shoot. Pretty simple. You can jump off walls, you can jump wall jump, you can wall jump from spot to spot to get yourself to place, and you use your sword for attacks for the enemies, or you can use your gun. Now, you do have a certain amount of bullets that you can use in the gun, and there are bullets that you can get throughout the game, throughout the level if you find them. And then you also want to attack enemies to gain experience, and so you can get more HP and get more points and get more cores, and that way you can, you know, level up your character through this. It's very dungeon crawly in that aspect. A while back I did a game called Wizard of Legend Indie Spotlight, and much like this game, wasn't very good at it. But I actually thoroughly enjoyed that game because of the RPG aspect of going through each dungeon, leveling up, and then you got to keep the arcana in that game. Unlike this game, it's hard to keep your weapons that you find. The only way you get to keep your weapons that you find is if you beat bosses, and then they give you the currency to go to the weapons, the blacksmith, and buy the weapons that you need in the game to be good. So it's a little bit different in Wizard of Legend in that way. Wizard of Legend, just any time you go into a dungeon, you gain points and you can get it. This time you can only beat bosses, and so if you're not good, you're not going to get the weapons you need to complete the game. It's that simple. One complaint I do have is this: since it's much like a dungeon crawler, every level that you load into is completely randomized, and you will find just random stuff here and there, and random things that shouldn't be here, and stuff that's in random places that shouldn't be there. Like, you'll find an enemy enclosed where you can't reach them because it's randomly generated. You'll find a treasure chest just in a wall that you can't get to because it's randomly generated. You'll find a lot of things like that, and that's one thing that I found a little bit odd. I don't know if that was the best they could do. I don't know if they rushed it out. I don't know if they can update the game and touch on that, but that is one thing for the gameplay and the level design that I did find odd, at least. As far as the story goes, there's not much of a story in this game. There's a little bit of a backstory. You're on a planet, and there's a witch doing something, and some not and whatnot, and I don't know. I didn't pay too much. It didn't grab me, honestly, and I wouldn't be able to go in depth about it. So there's not much of a story there. Really, you're just jumping around, slashing stuff and shooting things and trying to survive, pretty much. The music so far, like I said, I've only gotten past one level, and I've hit the second level, so I've only heard one theme over and over again. It's very reminiscent of 8-bit Nintendo, very reminiscent of that era of the Double Dragons and the I'm trying to think of other games that I played back in the day, but it's very reminiscent of something 8-bit Nintendo. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, the music is pretty dope. My wife actually liked the music, and she said something about it, and I actually liked it. But when you can't get past the first level and you hear the same theme over and over and over again, it kind of wears thin on your ears. So I only got so far. The music is pretty decent, and once again, this game is not bad. It's not bad mechanically. It's not bad anything, but would I suggest you go and get it for the price, which is $9.99, so $10 for this game, unless you are into this sort of game, unless you're into the Dead Cells type game. But this isn't Dead Cells, don't get me twisted there. It's not even close to being Dead Cells. That's just what I would compare it to. If you're into that hardcore action platformer RPG type game, go ahead and spend the $10. Me personally would not have spent the $10 on it. Heck, I would have waited for the price drop to at least $3 or $5, like, if I had to be honest with y'all. Good game, just hard for me. There's a little bit of flaws here and there with the game, but other than that, solid game. I'd have to give it probably a 6.5 out of 10, 7 if you really push me to it. I have issues with the artwork and color direction. Music is good, the gameplay simple. The story, not much of one, and the price really kind of just off-put me. I'm glad I got a code for this one. So shout out to Cowcat Games for the opportunity to play the game. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate the code. I thoroughly enjoyed what I was playing. As like I said, it's just a hard game. And I do have a little bit of complaints here and there, but it's a solid game. If you're into it, go grab it. If not, I suggest just wait until the price drops. $10 for an indie game. I feel like this is too expensive. We have plenty of other games we need to play. 2019 is going to have so many games come out. There's really, I'm just going to be honest with y'all, whether it's Kingdom Hearts, Division, Anthem, whatever y'all want to play, this will not give you the time to fill in the gaps unless you're into this genre. That's it. So if you like the video, let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button. It helps out a whole lot. And if you like what you saw, once again, subscribe as well to the channel. I do a lot of things on this channel, whether it's daily news channels, these indie showcases, indie spotlights, and things like that. And once again, appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys later.